This morning we're going to start the disconnect of the stuff under the hood, and hopefully get in here enough to give you a step-by-step. It's kind of humid today, so I'm going to be sweating like a pig, but it's going to be worth it. So this is my, if you don't follow the channel, or you this is your first video, this is my 1997 SN95 SVT Cobra. Today we're going to get started on the supercharger install, so stay tuned and I'll see you guys in the next clip. So if you stuck around from the first clip, the first thing we need to do is pull the 20 amp fuse from the engine compartment fuse box. What that'll do is we pull the 20 amp fuel pump fuse, then start the car up and let it run. That empties the fuel system, almost, not totally, and then when we're ready to disconnect the fuel rails, we don't have to worry about that. So what I'm going to do right now is pull the 20 amp fuse, and I'll show you exactly where that's at. So I come over here, 1, 2, 3, this one right here, and I'm going to pull this fuse out right here. Now, most of the fuel pressure should be off of the system, so that when you go to disconnect the fuel pump, the fuel rails, they should be relatively empty. Next thing we want to do is disconnect the battery. Push it down. Battery's disconnected. Alright, so now that's done. Next thing we need to do is, on my car, the 96 and 97s came with the strut tower brace. The 98s, I do not believe, came with the strut tower brace. So, what you have to do is take this off, and this won't go back on the car. The supercharger won't allow for this to be on the car. So, you lose the strut tower brace on the 96 and the 97 if you're putting this on. So, that's what we'll do next. There's 8 bolts, and they're 10 millimeters. And so, with all those removed, now you can remove the strut tower brace. So, the next thing we got to do is get the intake off. Mass airflow, air temperature sensor, mass airflow. Disconnect both of those. And then you want to take the air cleaner and connecting tube out. So undo the hose clamp around the throttle body. Now on other cars, right here, there would be a 10 millimeter or 8 millimeter bolt connecting it to the body. As you can see, somebody hacked my air box up, trying to, I guess, thinking it would get more airflow to the car because it usually has a little snorkel that goes in to the hole in the fender. Clamp there, and then there's a couple of pins that push down. You just pull them out and pull this off. So you want to undo your PVC connections here and here, and they just pop off. Good idea to have some gloves. That's disconnected. We can take the crossover tube and sound resonator off. Just pops off. Next, we'll take apart the intake. So I'll bring you guys back in on the next clip. Alright, so next thing you want to do is, after you started the coolant system draining, while it's draining, start taking your spark plug looms off. They're really easy to get apart. Just get the spark plug limbs apart. Well, lost that one. But now take your spark plug wires off. I know this isn't exactly the way they tell you to do it in the book, but in the owner's manual, but I really don't care. Now we're going to take the idle air control valve off. It's 8 millimeter. Disconnect it. I got a catch can on my car, and so this is just a PVC system. Just disconnect that, move it out of the way. Next thing we need to disconnect is this. There's 2 vacuum lines that go to it at the bottom. Just pull those off. Somebody tell me why this fucking bolt needs to be that goddamn long. Take the Egr valve off next. There's going to be a vacuum line on it. Just pull it off. These are going to be 10 millimeters. My car. There is a gasket for the Egr valve. I just bend it out of the way. Take this off. Now on this side, as far as the top part of the intake, which this is the upper part, we're all done over here on this side. Unplug your throttle position sensor. I'll just tuck it down out of the way. And then your spring. Unhook it. Pull it off. Set it off to the side. I think the throttle body housing, yeah, is 8 millimeter. Off the cruise control, you just have to pop up on it, just unplugs, and bring the throttle blades down. You can get some slack on the cable. Pull it down and out, so you slide it out to the side, and it's done. So now the throttle body's ready to come off. Just these 4 bolts. One on each corner of the throttle body. I think this extension will work. In the back side of the throttle body. Look at that. I'm gonna clean that before I put it back on. What we gotta get off is the linkage for the throttle cables. And you don't reuse these, so put these back. Pull off this vacuum line. Alright, now there's just the bolts holding the upper on. I believe those are 8mm also. They are. Just start taking them out. There's one hose connected right there. Now, we need to get the fuel rail off, so it's time to start disconnecting the fuel lines. And you just pop this clip off right up. And then there's a tool you use to disconnect it. These tools. This is a kit. This is one from Harbor Freight. It's 10 bucks. It's not that expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4 on this one. I'm pretty sure the Mustang ones are this one. Pretty sure. Yeah. Push it in, pull it out. Just move those out of the way. And the fuel rail, the fuel lines are disconnected. $10 well spent. Next thing we want to do is get the injectors and the fuel rail out of the way. So disconnect your injectors. You got these little push clips too right here and right there, here and there. All you gotta do is pull up on them. Press this free and out of the way. And now I can take the fuel rail bolts out, which I'm pretty sure are 8mm. They are. Injectors to come out while still attached to the fuel rail. Oh, shit. That's what I didn't want to happen. Damn things didn't want to come out. Take this. Alright, let's get the alternator out of the way. And to do that, I got the belt off. So I gotta get the belt off. This is my cheap version because I can't find my 2-foot breaker bar. Got fucking 2 of them, can't find either of them. My co-star finally shows up. Unplug the temperature sensor. That'll let you pull the rest of this back out of the way here. Because the mounting bracket, we're going to have to take this off. There's the rubber seal and the hose. Pull this out.
Where's the magnetic tray?
It's over there on the shelf. And then those are probably going to be, looks like 15s.
Be stubborn. Sounds like it wants to go now.
One side. One side's up. I guess you gotta get the other side. Ow. That hurt. But so you got a temperature sensor here, and a temperature sensor here, and 2 O-rings that hold this down. That other side off. Bolts out because they slide down on top of them. Oh, I can get to the back side. Pop that off. There. Until I get this harness here, this one disconnected from the back of the intake. Taking these out. Huh? Back. Eight millimeter. One here. And with those 2 bolts out, lower intake's ready to come off. Alright, so this is just going to be a little short thing of me taking this off because this is the end of the video. So give it a smack with the rubber mallet just like that. And it's free. So the IMRCs, all that stuff is free. But you can't just pull this out because on the back here on the bottom of this is the control box for your IMRCs. Some people buy delete plates and just delete them when they put a supercharger on. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave mine the way they are. The kit comes with new seals. You have to use them. But now all I have to do is lift this up. And there's the box. So I have to take that off now. It's just these 2 bolts, which look to be 8s. Clear. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but it's makes it easier. With that, that should just come.
That's bottom one is definitely bolted into the.
This one?
Yep.
Alright. So those 3 bolts.
Oops, sorry.
With that,
The wires.
hooked up to something.
Unplug them from
Oh,
the
there's
box.
a push tab in the back. And there's the lower plenum. Yeah. It smells like fuel. You want to be able to see how dirty it is? Woo! That's the lower plenum. So I'm going to take the lower intake off, and then that's going to be it for this one. Stay tuned for the next video, and we'll show you how to we'll go through the install process of the supercharger in the next video. So if you've been following along, I've done my best to show you all the stuff to disconnect and give you the sizes of the bolts and stuff, so you don't have to fight it like I am. And so with that, we'll catch you guys on the next one.